Into the high school massacre is slow-moving and dangerous.
4 stations in the Denver area of a shooting at a high school.
A still developing situation, and one that looks like it's not going to be over anytime.
In a pre-Columbine world, there were no lockdown drills for intruders and less conflict over gun laws. The Columbine massacre is the largest school shooting led by students that sparked a conversation about gun laws and school safety.
Columbine was the school shooting that really changed everything, shattering a sense of security for students as well as parents all around the country.
After Columbine, there were more funding for safety, including security guards, technology, and police protocols. Schools have made emergency action plans, and there are current and ongoing debates about gun safety laws all the time. In 1972, the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is created. One of the goals of ATF was to control the illegal use and sale of firearms. The Undetectable Firearms Act prohibited the act of making and selling and distributing firearms illegally if it didn't have proper licensure and a certain amount of metal. There have been many school shootings, but none of them were as thoroughly thought out and as covered as Columbine. On April 20th, 1999, at 11:19 a.m., gunshots rang out through the building, and screams of students could be heard.
Okay. And the school is in a panic, and I'm in the library. I've got students down under the table, kids. Heads under the table.
Brown had listened to Klebold's warning and had skipped school, running straight to the police once he identified the sounds of gunshots. Klebold and Harris both knew and had a plan all along with a backup one. They had planted bombs around the school, one in the school field, multiple in the school parking lot, and all around the school. Only one bomb had properly set off, so they resorted to their backup plan, shooting everyone they could.
2 students launch a deadly assault on Columbine High.
Oh God, stay in the line of fire. Stay down.
This lasted for about 40 minutes before the 2 took their own lives. 15 victims, 14 students, and 1 teacher had died. 24 victims and many traumatized. The media was all over the shooting. This was the first time that TV and recordings were openly available to the public and so easily accessible. So when 911 was called, the news was quick to respond on the topic.
Investigators have searched the homes of both teenage killers. In one of them, police say they found bomb-making materials. Specially trained officers searching the school today found close to 30 explosive devices all around the building. Authorities have also revised the death toll, now saying 15 people were killed, including the 2 gunmen. Most of the bodies are still inside the school, but families of the murder victims have been notified.
It's on broadcast and security cameras all over the internet. The police, had long documents on what happened and detailed play-by-plays. The media was all over. Police security went up, and that this was the first time the lockdowns had happened. A week after Columbine, the National Rifle Association, or the NRA, said guns have no places in school. This shooting wasn't a one-and-done thing. Shootings have only increased since Columbine. People are always worried about copycats and that the age of shootings happening keep getting younger and younger. The Educational Department, the Humane Society, and the Department of Justice and Homeland Security brought together the FSSC after a 2018 school shooting in Florida to figure out the best protocols for preventing shootings like this.
Coming on the air at this hour with news of a school shooting in South Florida.
The suspect readied his rifle and began shooting into rooms 1215, 1216, 1214.
This deadly mass shooting happened in Parkland, Florida, about 20 miles northwest of Fort Lauderdale at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, attended by about 3,000 students. We do caution you, some of the video you're about to see is graphic.
The gunman appears to have pulled the school's fire alarm to create chaos and then began firing. Those who could ran, hiding in classrooms, even closets, while the shooting continued. Just as the school day was ending, the shooting started. This cell phone video captured the gunfire and the screams of the high school students trapped inside their classrooms.
I'm coming out to the east side with the casualty and ambulance standing by.
Since Columbine, there have been over 730 incidents of gun violences at school. The NRA now wants more guns in schools, and NRA leaders are advocating for abolishing gun-free zones even almost 25 years later.